So let's go to the other team that will be in the Super Bowl taking on the Patriots in a couple months from now.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's changed my opinion from that yesterday.
We're going deep dive into Panthers versus 49ers.
Yep.
We thought, okay, the 49ers, similar to the Patriots, have had some easy games, and the schedule hasn't taxed them as much as maybe some other teams out there.
Sure.
So we thought, okay, this is good. This is a good test for that running game against the Carolina defense, and we'll see. The Carolina offense has been okay without Cam, and so we'll see how they handle a elite defense in the 49ers, and the answer was not well.
No.
They didn't handle it.
Not well at all. I mean, just got overwhelmed. Now, a lot of the game, and we're going to talk about Panthers 49ers D here to start it off, but, of course, the Panthers was put in a bad spot from the get-go because their defense got run over early, so that kind of made them abandon maybe their total game plan and what they want to do. I mean, they looked up and they were going, oh my gosh, it's 21-3, and we're just getting warmed up here. I think the big thing the big thing for me more than anything is the 49ers, what I saw on film in this game, and a lot like the Patriots, you can't just go, we're going to come out and run our stuff against you. Like the 49ers, if you're just going to run your stuff and run basic pass concepts and think you're going to get by beating the 49ers defense that way, no. The 49ers defense is arguably the best in football. They are every bit in conversation with the New England Patriots. I just like to, right now, yardage-wise, they're the number one defense in football. Points-wise, It's New England. But so you have to do some things to take away their aggressiveness through your schematics. And that's, I think, the biggest issue I had with the game in general. There was none of that, okay? The run game maybe had a chance to be successful if the game stayed close, but we'll never know because the game wasn't close. And then, to just come out with kind of a, for lack of a better, just a middle-of-the-road passing attack and thought that was going to get it done against this defense. It's just, I don't see, I did not like the game plan, I guess is what I'm saying going into this.
Do they feel that Kyle Allen can handle anything?
Well, I think this is the formula this is the point, and that's a great question, and that's where I want to go with this, because that's where I was trying to go as I was fumbling around with my words here. They've won that way to this point. They've been able to just go, hey, we'll play defense, we'll feed Christian McCaffrey the ball, and we'll run the pass plays that we run the first 2 weeks of training camp with Kyle Allen, and if he just executes them the right way, that's good. That's good. That'll work against Arizona's and some of the other teams in football. But I'm just saying, if they want to beat the elite teams, if they want to, and I don't know if you read all my notes, but if they want to play with the big boys in the NFC, they're going to need to do more. And that's where, to me, and again, I've been saying, hey, don't switch out Kyle Allen yet. Kyle Allen, if you ride this wave until it ends. And, this was one little glimmer, and I'm not saying they make the switch yet, but a little glimmer into the evidence of going, I don't know if this will be enough to beat the upper echelons of the NFC when they want to, if they want to get in the playoffs. They need a quarterback that can make some plays on his own when the defense is dominating. They need a quarterback where the coordinator can orchestrate some plays and go, this play's going to them up this week. I mean, our quarterback with his skill set throwing 50-yard lasers. So they can't do and bring anything unusual to the pass game to stress a defense out that way either. And it all just snowballed into the 49ers just kind of whooping their ass.
Did they try when they were down 27-3? You made a note that they tried to throw outside the numbers a little bit more. Did they try to open it up a little bit?
Well, they did. They tried to a little bit, but it was just too little too late because at that point, too, the other issue was, there were still throws there to be had outside the numbers. And what Ahmed's referring to, the 49ers, they're put 7 and 8 guys at the line of scrimmage every play. So you have to almost come out going, we're going to make them think, we're going to do lots of change of direction stuff because they're so fast and aggressive. But the big thing is they're really going to try to scare you away from running the ball with numbers, and they're going to scare you away from throwing the ball in the middle of the field because they're going to have 8 guys kind of there between the tackle box. And what you're referring to is you have to throw the ball outside the numbers against the 49ers. You got to do that at least at first. That's where they're most vulnerable. They play a lot of single safety looks. It's either 3-deep zone or man-to-man. And they'll give you out routes and comebacks and deep curls. And, go routes. If the corner gets a little, what I want to sneaky looking into the backfield. Yeah. But they did not do that. And the 49ers were all over their stuff early, and then they got them into a game of throwing the ball, and their pass rush took over.
Christian McCaffrey broke another long one. The MVP debate, although it seems like it's going towards the quarterbacks as it always does with Aaron Rodgers having a couple good weeks.
He's still phenomenal.
117 yards, 14 carries. Had a 40-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
And on that run, I want to give some props to some wide receivers out there.
Okay, cool.
I was looking at it. DJ Moore had a good block on Quan Alexander.
Yep. DJ Moore, he came down right from the left side and blocked him down and pinned him inside. That was really well done.
He only had 5 catches, 38 yards, but that was a key play.
He's a player,
DJ
play
Moore. For them. And then downfield, you got Jarius Wright, who did just enough getting in the way of Jimmy Ward.
Right.
And then you had a good block by Curtis Samuel on Richard Sherman. So I wanted to give props to the wide receiver coach, Jim Hostler.
Way to go.
His first year in Carolina.
Yeah.
It was just a cool play to see, the wide receivers you think all the time. And you do see sometimes when the play's not coming their way, or if it's a running play, they're just jogging off into the distance. Those were 3 wide receivers that were making key blocks on that play.
Willing to do it. I think if you look at any successful running team, like even the 49ers, if we switch it around to them or the other teams in the NFL that run it well, they have receivers that are willing to block. That's a big part of the game. We don't ever talk about it. It's not sexy, but it is. When you see big runs like that, it's usually sprung by a wide receiver making a big block on a safety or hustling downfield to get in the way of that last guy who might make the tackle. And, those 3 guys are football players that the Carolina has at the receiver position.
And Nick Bosa is really good.
Nick Bosa is insane. I can't get over how much better week by week. It's just more explosive, disruptive. I mean, not only his first step and the fact that he can bend around the corner and get his shoulder a foot and a half off the ground, but his little abilities to just side-to-side movement where he can get the tackle kind of off balance, not knowing which way he's going to go there. He's got great feel, wanting to get his hands up, as we saw in the interception, and even other pass plays where he just gets his hands in the way of the quarterback as they're trying to throw the ball. He's a superstar. He's a superstar, and I didn't think I was going to say this, but I think he's made for the NFL more than his brother, especially in the pass rushing aspect. He's just got a little more compact and explosive than Joey, which makes him that much more dangerous when he's coming off the edge.
I remember in the draft, I was out there in the Bay Area, and every win that the 49ers got, it was like, we're losing our chance at Nick Bosa. We're blowing it. Because for the longest time, it was obvious, right? It was going to be Nick Bosa, and he was sitting out his final year at Ohio State just so he could stay healthy and be the number 1 pick in the draft. And then Kyler Murray got, noticed, and then you got Cliff over there that loved him. So that helped both Nick Bosa and obviously the 49ers.
Yeah, the 49ers, the key to their team right now is that, they're allowed to play an 8-man box like I'm talking about, but they don't really have to blitz ever. Their front 4 can get to the quarterback all by themselves. Their front 4 can stop the run all by themselves. They don't need we got to bring the linebacker or the nickel back off the edge to help our D-line to stop the running. They don't have to do any of that. And it's deep, it's talented, and with Bosa, it does. It's taken them another level because you got D Ford with the trade with the Chiefs and all of that. But now you just got one other weapon there, and they're game wreckers. And we've seen a lot of really awesome defenses in the Super Bowl era when they have more than one game wrecker. Those kind of players can win games in playoffs in the Super Bowl because of their great physical ability.
That interception was sick.
Insane.
3 sacks. Would you put him in the top 3 of Defensive Player of the Year candidates right now?
You know what? Okay, that's a really good question.
We had Shaq Barrett there early in the year.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I think him and Miles. So right now, Bosa and Myles Garrett come to my mind right off the bat. Okay. So, and Aaron Donald is still in that conversation. Sure. I don't give a damn what his numbers say. So he's there. I'm just trying to think if I'm missing anybody else. Cam Jordan's been phenomenal.
He's been really good.
Phenomenal. So he would be another guy that I think's in the convo. And, gosh, I don't know who you'd go with on New England. The New England's got a few guys where I feel like you could
spread the vote. Right?
Well, it's like you could go Gilmore, Van Noy, Jamie Collins. All 3 are having really special years.
McCourty, maybe.
But no, I think I would with Nick Bosa. I think
put him in there.
I would have been top 3. I would right now. Yes, I would.
49ers defense is good. Last year they had the worst interception rate in the NFL. This year they're second to go along with the best sack per pass rate in the NFL right now.
Well, and it's all about, the up front guys that are causing a lot of these issues. The Patriots, it's the same way. Their up front guys are causing the issues, but they're getting to cause the issues more because their back end's so good that they can give you a lot of different blitz looks and things like that. And then all of a sudden you just, somebody's coming free. I got to get the ball out of my hand. Oh, interception. Patriots got it. San Francisco can do it just with their front four, like we're talking about, where they don't want to play a ton of man-to-man and do that stuff. They just go, hey, tree trunks, Buckner and Armstead, get in there. And then freak shows on the edge. You get in there, too. And the quarterback will do something stupid because he'll panic when you guys are getting close. And that's kind of how they're doing it.
And there was a time there where Eric Armstead, there was worries, dude, they take him too high. Is he not going to pan out to be as high as we drafted him? But he's been so good.
Yeah, so good.
Taking a big step.
Yep.
Is that it? Panthers 0,
I think so.
D?
I don't think there's anything more to say that. I just think with the 49ers, you better come out aggressive. If you think you're just going to come out running basic like, this is what we do, bullshit. Sorry. It ain't going to fly with San Francisco. Plus, you need to push the envelope here because of what we're seeing with San Francisco's offense. They're so capable of putting up points and numbers and yards that if you don't come into the game facing them going, we need to do this too, then you're going to be in trouble. It's a little like the Kansas City effect. You got to kind of like break out of your molds when you play San Francisco right now because we're going to talk about it. Their offense is on fire. Fire. Fuego.
Running the football.
And fuego.
49ers 0 versus Panthers D. So here it is.
Yeah.
They can just run the football on anyone.
Anybody.
Tevin Coleman, 4 touchdowns, 3 in the first half. Had 11 carries, 105 yards, 2 catches, 13 yards, another touchdown there. He faced an 8-man box more than any other running back this week, 64% of the time. Didn't matter.
No.
He was amazing once again. And I know from watching the film here, and you like what Kyle has done up to this point this year.
Yeah.
You just feel like that play design of the running game might be number 1 in the NFL right now?
I think it's number 1. It is. Because to your point, it's an 8-man box, but the scheme is so good, it just doesn't matter. We're outnumbered. It doesn't matter. I'm going to find ways to just screw your scheme over. And really, for all those out there, go back and look at the highlights of the touchdown runs. Again, yes, they have talent, so I'm not trying to take away from the running backs. They're home run hitters. We know their O-line's good. But some of these holes are created in some of these plays, whether you think of the Deebo Samuel's, his touchdown, or you think of Tevin Coleman's, the draw play up the middle for, 50 yards, the toss sweep to Tevin Coleman where, nobody's touching this guy. They're not down in two-hand touch. So that just tells you all the things they're doing in the run game that are exposing the scheme. The thing that's brilliant about Shanahan is we know he's famous for the inside and outside zone, the Shanahan zone scheme, everything like that. But he doesn't beat his head in the wall with it. So in this game, he came out and basically said, I'm going to do all the things to keep the Panthers honest so they can't over-defend my normal run game early. And he came out, speed sweep, reverse, fake speed sweep, you run up the middle, to where backside pursuit defenders and stuff are always like, I got to stay home. Wait, there's the run. Wait, no, he's coming back out the back door. And they don't know what the hell to expect. So you take away the aggressive nature of the front 7 or the front 8 from what the Panthers are playing in that game. And, slowly but surely, then all of a sudden their heads spinning around, speed, sweep, reverse, there's coming everywhere. Then all of a sudden the basic normal run plays start to work because now they're going, I got to be patient and be home because, he might give the guy the zone handoff, but he might give the guy the speed sweep or the shuffle pass that comes around or the reverse or the fake reverse pass. And that's where Shanahan is brilliant right now. He's playing his offense off of each other, and you just have no feel for what they're going to do.
And they're all fast.
They're very fast.
Any given week, they could be the fastest ball carrier in the NFL.
They're the fastest team in football maybe right now. I think we just talked about their defense, and you see it. You're watching it. You like the 49ers.
Yep.
Yeah, between that, the running backs, the way they hit the hole, you're right. It's one of the fastest teams and certainly one of the fastest offenses in the game.
So what'd you think of Emmanuel Sanders? They got him out there, 55 of 67 snaps, 82%, most by a wide receiver. Did catch a touchdown, first touchdown of the game for the 49ers, but didn't need him that much.
No, they didn't.
4 catches.
It's a good way to kind of just break him in, get him going. He is certainly going to have a role within the offense, but they just didn't need it yesterday, so it didn't matter. He's going to be the go-to guy. I don't doubt that at all. But when you run the ball that way and do everything that they did on that side of the ball, yeah, there was no reason. They never had to get back into the drop back pass type of football game because everything else was working. Between all the creative run designs and the screens, like I just want to tell anybody out there, go back and watch the first 3 drives of that game by the 49ers. I mean, it's just one, I call these like you plays, one after another. Oh, it's fake the run to the left, fake the reverse to the left, screen out the back door to the tight end. Fake the run hard to the left. Oh, screen to the receiver way on the other side of the fall on the line of scrimmage. And the linemen it's just one play after another of like, wow, that's a really cool way to do that, and that's a really good way, an easy way to get yards.
Utilizing all the weapons. They utilized George Kittle once again, 6 catches, 86 yards, had a touchdown that was called back on a block, but he had 7 targets. Emmanuel Sanders had 5. Who do you think has more targets moving forward on the 49ers, Kittle or Sanders?
I think it'll still be George Kittle, just because he's such a special talent, and then because of their run game and they want to do more off of that, like off of the run game, there's just more creative ways to kind of use the tight end than there is maybe the receiver. The receiver, Emmanuel Sanders, certainly going to be a big part of it, but I just think Kittle fits really nicely within the formula of the way Kyle Shanahan wants to run his offense.
49ers off to their best start since 1990 when they won their first 10 games of the season. Carolina had won 4 in a row. So what do you think about the Carolina Panthers D? I mean, we thought they were a pretty good defense coming in weekly, and this is a defense that might finally slow down this 49ers offense, this run game, but they did not.
No, they did not. And this is like just a few things I starred in my notes. I wrote down. I'm not sitting here going, wow, the 49ers just physically are whooping the Panthers. Like, oh my gosh, they're just pushing the line of scrimmage back. And no. What they did is Shanahan's on fire, and because of his play design and pre-snap motions and shift, he had their head spinning, so they didn't know which way to go. It was literally like, which way did he go? Which way did he go? So there's that. The other thing is this Panthers defense is good. But when you're playing the elite offenses of the football, you can't, again, a little like their offense, you can't just come out and go, we're just going to do what we do. Oh, okay. Well, the guy on the other sidelines knows what you're doing. And he's scary.
We've been waiting for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, those are the things that you got to be a little different when you play the upper echelons teams in football and know, okay, our defense is good, but we're playing a special play designer and offense here. I might have to change up some of my tendencies. Usually on 2nd and 7, I play this coverage. But this week, man, this guy, he's really good when he's got a feel for what you do. I'm gonna change my coverage on 2nd and 7 from what I normally do because I just don't want him to get a beat. I just thought with the way they lined up, they were a little too predictable, and I'm into disguising too. And when you're just going to line up in what we line up in against the elite of the NFL on offense, you're going to get roasted. I don't care who you are.
Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have to do a ton.
No.
18 to 22, so just 4 incomplete passes, 175 yards. One of those incomplete passes was an interception, but did throw 2 touchdowns. Happy with what you saw from him?
Yeah, I mean, happy. I mean, again, I think it's still like a question mark as far as, that's what I find fascinating about the Patriots and the 49ers. They're so good that they've yet to have a game where they have to rely on their quarterbacks to go. And that's no disrespect to either one. I mean, they're both playing really well and winning football games. But they haven't had that game yet where you go, man, our run game's not great. Our defense is kind of struggling. I got to do it today. I got to make it happen. But maybe they won't have to. Maybe that's how good they are. Maybe they're going to be able to do this the whole year.
Good running game.
Right. Just play balanced football and, we'll make a play here and there, and that's all you got to do.
51-13, 49ers 7-0.
Insane.
They got to play Thursday night now at
Arizona. Yeah. So, yep. That should be a win. No doubt about it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.